everybody. Welcome. Come join us. We're trying a thing. We're back in the basement. We're trying a thing. We're a couple days after the UConn win. Get in the chat. Say hello. What's up, Demi Dome? We're gonna try a thing here where where I'm in a box, and then in a second I'll show you another box that in theory Fran Brown will be in. If it oh, here he is. Oh, there's Fran Brown. Hang on. Let's do a thing. We're gonna do the thing. Here we go. Hang on. 1 second. Fran's at the podium. He's doing something. Here we go. There's Fran. Let's do a thing. People getting situated. Fran's early. Shout out to early Fran Brown. Oh, there. Audio for Fran. Even better.
All right, good. First off, thankful, very excited, thankful and happy for the opportunity we have to play another game here. For me to be the head coach here means a lot to me. Excited about just getting a chance to play in the Dome again. We get to play Friday night, which is pretty cool. So that means it'll be a nice weekend. I'm excited about that. Just happy we get the chance to go compete. Get to go against Colgate and Coach Fitzpatrick. When I got here, they had just won a championship at Cortland. I just think he's a real classic guy, a real good dude. I'm so excited and happy for him and his opportunity that he has of being at Colgate. We talked about him trying to come on our staff here and do some things, and then this opportunity opened up for him. So I'm very thankful and happy just for having the opportunity of knowing him. I think he has a really good offensive coordinator, pass game and run game coordinator. He has a really good defensive coordinator and the special teams. Quarterbacks, as you got to see both of his quarterbacks, number one's a good player. He's super athletic. And then he has 15 who comes in and could also play ball. And then you have running backs, 4 and 24. Those guys can play some ball. I like those backs. They're bigger running backs. The receivers, 2 and 9. They get them the ball a lot. They do a really good job. And then on the defensive side of the ball, they got a lot of scheme. They got a lot of things that they do. And I'm thankful that we get a chance to play against, this is his home. So it's a homecoming for him. So he's going to come and do everything he can to try to make sure they come and give us the best competition that we can actually be able to play against each other. I know he's coming to try to win. So that means a lot for us to be able to compete against them.
Fran loves saying nice things about the other team on Monday. That's his go-to.
Coach, looking to the offensive line through these first two games, just what your takeaways have been from going back and watching the film and assessing how they do. I know some guys were new to where they were going to be this year. Some guys shifted, so just what you've seen from the offense.
We just got to do better. We can't have as many busts on the offensive line. We're getting our quarterback killed out there.
That's a fact.
And that's not cool. It's not cool at all.
How have you seen him? He talked about mental toughness and physical toughness, just how he responded. He had a couple blind side hits, popped right back up. Just what you can say to Steve Angeli's mental and physical toughness.
He's tough. He's a Jersey boy. So, we knew we would get that coming from him. Come from a good program. He's learned a lot. He's learned a lot in life. He has tough parents. He's a faith-driven kid. So he just has faith, and he just goes and talks to the guys. Hey, come on, next play, don't worry about it. He doesn't. I worry about it more than he does, right? He's on to the next place, and if something happens, he goes look at the iPad, get it fixed, and keeps it moving. He's a true leader.
It's not going to keep popping up if he keeps getting hit like that, though. My
Fran,
goodness,
you guys trusted Demetrius Samuel to be on Bell a lot on Saturday. How did you think he did sort of in game two?
I thought he did good. I thought Bell had a good catch on the 31. I thought there was a couple breakups he had on him back-to-back. He a kid. We're talking about a fifth-year guy versus supposed to be a senior in high school. I thought he did really well, and I think he'll keep getting better and better every game. Right? You'll see him on offense this week a lot. Make sure that we get to push that through now, and then he possibly going to return some punts too. So he's getting his feet wet, man. He's getting better. I'm on him though. It's tough at practice for him because I coach the corners, and I just want to see him continue to rise to the standard every week, right? He has to continue to play better and better and better because he will be tested.
Definitely play better this last week.
The busts to Dan, is that just communication, and they just need to get better communicating on that?
A little mixture of both. Detail, not completely being detailed on everything. Communication too, but detail. I see you got the Bills thing on. That was a good comeback, wasn't it? Yeah. Everybody excited about theirs. They killing me about mine. It's like, nah, it was a good game. I watched that, so that was a good comeback. It's football.
Coach, after the game, you had your team run sprints, and I heard you talking in the post-game with the ACC network about accountability. There were some people on social media who took away something different and thought maybe it was more about optics. How would you respond to people who might have misunderstood the message you were trying to send?
I'm worrying about Colgate. That's over. We went through that Saturday. We watched the tape yesterday, so we moved on to Colgate.
It was wild. Never seen anything like that before in my life. Post game, after a win sprints.
Coach, on Saturday, you talked about being loyal. Where does that come from? How did you learn that, and why is that so important to you, loyalty?
It's your name and your word. Also, I would say my upbringing. So I would say my name, my word, my upbringing, my city, where I was born and raised at. Being able to see when guys were loyal and they did things the right way, it usually worked out for them. When the guys didn't do it, they weren't loyal, they didn't do what they said they were going to do, I seen things go another way for them. So, where I come from, loyalty sometimes it's a matter of life and death. So I just try to make sure my yeses are yeses, my noes are noes, and what I say I do, so that way you can hold me accountable, because I'm going to hold you accountable.
Yeah, you'd like that, Demi-Dome, wouldn't you?
It's
Wouldn't you like
also
that?
in the Bible.
Wouldn't you love to know? We like Fran. How
Week
about that?
one, Jamie Tremblay got some burn at the Sam spot, kind of went away from that against UConn. Was that kind of trying to manage his load a little bit, or was that more of a just like what you saw from Anwar and James type of thing?
Well, Anwar and James never played Sam in this past game.
Well, no, I'm saying just in terms of they got more of reps at linebacker, period, on Saturday than they had in the first week, and then we didn't see Jamie. What went into Jamie not playing linebacker?
He'll play this week. It was just what was best needed for the team to try to come out with at least one more point than the opposite team. But he'll play a lot this week. He'll be back at his Sam position, being able to do that. There were some things I saw the week before, understanding and knowing what this team, the last team, did, that I didn't want to. I want him to keep growing at the position, and I felt as though they had a few things that could have studied back, and I don't want him to be focused on that. I want him to play this week, then be ready to go in the conference.
And then Emmanuel Ross hasn't really gotten a chance to get out there yet. How is he doing health-wise?
He's getting better, so we're waiting on him as his body gives him the opportunity to go out and compete. Then he'll be out there to compete. We're waiting on his body to just respond the right way.
Is there anything specific that's bothering him? Or?
Nah, he's straight. Just got some little things that's going on.
We'll go down the front row to Brent, and we'll go to the back row to Matt.
Fran, on those 4th and 2 calls, is that something is that analytics? Have you run through those scenarios and you just make those calls in the moment, or do you kind of have to read the situation and how you think the offense is flowing when you make a decision like that?
Yeah, I just try to read the situation. Yeah, just what's the feelings in my gut. Analytics usually says that sometimes, possibly, depending on where we are. But it's the game, it's the fans, it's everything. It's the monotony of football, right? Coming along and seeing will it go your way or not. That's really what it is.
I don't know if that's monotony.
Fran,
It's like the opposite.
after the Tennessee game, we talked to the players just about fixing that kind of slow start in the first and second quarters. We saw another slow start this week against UConn. Is it more so you guys and not being able to start off quick, or is it something that Tennessee or UConn are doing to kind of hinder you guys coming out and getting points on the board?
I think in the first half, I'm really trying to move on, to be honest, but in the first half we got in the red area, we got down inside the 24 times and we came up with 3 points. So I wouldn't necessarily say that it was just things weren't moving the right way. We didn't capitalize at the end of those drives, right? We did okay in the beginning, but we didn't capitalize at the end of those drives. And then we didn't play detailed football on defense, and we gave up 2 plays, right? 2 plays that were touchdowns. Like, we didn't cover a man on a screen, double pass they threw, and then that one that the kid broke up the sideline, he got that off from a defensive perspective. But outside of that, I think the second half, they didn't score a touchdown, right? in the second half. So we just got to do that in the beginning and eliminate 2 to 3 plays. They have 4 explosives or 5 explosives. We want to have 4 or less. So they were 1 over that one explosive piece of it, and we've reached our explosive piece. It's just the way the game went, right? I'm just happy we won, right? Happy that we did get a chance to win so I can coach all the mistakes with a win. But I'm definitely not going to overlook all of those mistakes we had. We had too many MAs, too many mistakes, and you can't. We got lucky and beat a good football team with a lot of misassignments.
Moving forward to Colgate this week, that you can kind of hone in on practice, today.
We just got to get better. We got to get better. Every day, we just got to come in the building wanting to get better. We got to be thankful to be in the buildings and know that we can get better.
Because Clemson's
it's just a climb. It's a race to be on one. We got to all be on one and be on a race for that, right? Everybody has to want to get better. We got to execute better. It's an execution thing, right? We aren't executing the way we should execute all the time. We aren't executing to the standard that I know that we can, right? Take for granted, whatever. We got a lot of new guys, a lot of young players. Young players got to grow up because you're in college, you're old enough. So all of that, it's time to execute at a high level and keep doing it. And that's important that we get to on the one. We got to get on one page and execute and play complementary football.
It's amazing how many
Fran, we saw some, in terms of the punt coverage, we saw some big hits on Saturday. Just in terms of what Ricky Brumfeld has brought to the table and brought to this program, can you just speak on that and his impact on special teams?
Yeah, it's the heartbeat of our team. Everybody's involved. Every coach is involved. I sit in every meeting. Coach Brumfeld is coaching with passion. And we're just excited that
he put blockers.
We got a long way to go, though, right? You guys see the hits. We see all the other stuff, and we just got to keep getting better, right? We're in the process right now of trying to make this thing be an oiled machine the right way, right? So there's a lot of things that we got to keep getting better at, keep working on, and but he personally has done a really good job. Him and his staff, they're doing a good job. We got Mr. Jacobs with us. Well, we're excited about that because that helps us in the kicking game era. So we just got to keep getting better.
Is there anything specifically he's brought to the table in terms of anything he's implemented that you've seen have a real big impact on special teams?
Just his energy and his passion during the meetings. It's real. It's not fake, right? Felt like we weren't, I just say that. It's real. He got real energy.
And, they're blocking for the kicking.
Coach, I remember a few weeks back in the fall, I asked you about Gary Bryant, and you said it was kind of a self-explanatory move because of, what he put on tape and the production he had. Just how important has he been to your football team 2 weeks in? How do you see that going forward?
He's doing good. He's doing a good job. He's getting better and better. He's playing a little banged up, and he doesn't care. He just loves football. He loves to compete. He's a man, right? He's a man's man. He's a man's man, and I'm happy for him.
Yeah, how do you see the defense kind of rally around him? Obviously, it's very important.
We ain't really rallying around nobody right now, right? We gave up all them yards, and we keep doing stuff. So we got to rally within ourselves first and then play for the guy next to us. And that's what we're working on, being able to go on one. But we're happy that he's our will linebacker. We believe that he works hard and he does a good job. I think all the linebackers, they all going to keep getting better and better and better. Him, Antoine, Derek, James Hurd, Anwar, Z, actually, because he's done a lot of things on his team. So he's put himself back in the mix to being able to compete. So we got 6 guys that we got to make sure they're all ready to go.
It's a fantastic polo.
Coach, as tough as Steve Angeli is, do you worry about the impact on his play?
Yes.
With all the pressure that he's been under?
Yes.
The sacks that he's suffered so far in terms of getting rid of the ball too early or getting happy feet in the pocket? Do you worry about
no way he stays healthy
as the season goes on?
Nah, you're a pro. I won't worry about that. But I don't want him to get hit like that. It's not cool. I don't like that at all. I don't like my guy being hit, right? We got to hit the quarterbacks more. We got to hit the other quarterbacks more. They can't keep hitting ours and we don't touch theirs, right? That's not cool. So we got to get to the quarterbacks and they got to stay away from our quarterback. But our team ready for it though, right? They're ready. They're going to step up to the challenge. We got Colgate, who's coming in here, a good coach, who you guys known for a long time, right? So it's going to be fun to go and compete against them and go against their quarterback, and then we get to go into the conference. So we're just excited about the opportunity we got to play here Friday night.
And not getting Angeli's ribs broken. How
Hey,
about
Coach,
that?
you mentioned the team ran because they
What's
didn't
up, Gil?
meet the expectations that you had for the game. Do those expectations remain through the season? Is that something that you're going to be doing if they don't meet the expectations for the game? They're going to be running.
I'm just focused on Colgate right now.
Is it set for Colgate?
You can't break out post-game sprints twice.
I'm just focused on going out playing, executing all the plays that we can against Colgate.
They're sprinting after Colgate. We got a problem.
Hey, Coach. These first 2 weeks, sort of a different game flow for you guys offensively. Against Tennessee, you sort of run the ball more, whereas on Saturday, Steve was asked to throw more. Do you think there's a specific offensive identity that you would like your offense to have on a game-by-game basis?
Scoring points.
Yeah, just to try to make sure that we got one more point than the other team. Whatever it takes to win. I don't really care about that. You want to be able to run the ball. You want to be able to pass the ball. Ultimately, you just want one more point than they got, right? How did you feel last night, knowing that you're a Bills fan? How did you feel when they ended up kicking that field goal to win?
Felt pretty good.
Did you care about how they did it or what went on or where it was at? Just
I did before that. Once they kicked it, it went away.
That makes sense. So we're just trying to do that all the time. End up with one more point. And that'll help us a lot.
We're going to go right here to Chris, right here in the front row. And then just right across Chris, Brent, and Dan.
Fran, you talked about how much you respect Coach Fitzpatrick. Was there, when you were talking to him about maybe coming here, was there a position that you had in mind on the staff?
Nah, I just want to compete against him now, though. We ain't about to make this the Fitzpatrick show. You know what I'm saying? I want to compete against him. I think he's a solid dude. I thought I did want him to come here and work with me. I went and tried to talk to him. We did some stuff. I just thought he did a really good job when he was at Cortland.
And then Dave Jacobs, does he have like a title? Is he the kicking coach or quality
Yeah,
control?
he came in. He actually came on. He volunteered. He's our volunteer kicking coach. But he's working with us kicking, like definitely doing that. I mean, he was a pro at it. He understands it all. So be able to do that, try to get those expertise.
Shirt rolled closed, kicking school open.
Fran, you mentioned on Saturday that Herm and John Wildhack talked to you about sideline demeanor. What had to change for you there?
Nah, just to understand and know that I gotta watch everybody, being able to focus on everybody. Like, those are the things that the great coaches are able to do. Even though they still got to manage the game, they got to do that. You got to manage everything, right? And you got to have eyes everywhere. Make sure that you're constantly doing that, because you don't want little things to end up being big things eventually. So just make sure that I'm constantly keeping my eyes open, my eyes and ears open on everything.
Then we'll go Dan and finish him back to Samantha.
Fran, you speak on obviously having that dart every single day, detailed, accountable, relentless, and tough.
We know the dart.
You've spoken about the block S and making sure that the standard is where it needs to be. When we are a couple games in looking at Colgate, what can you say about the standard and the culture of this team right now as to your expectations?
I think we tough. They're relentless. I think they showed you that. We got to become more detailed and hold each other more accountable. Last year, I think that team had that completely. But they got to come in together with myself. We all done it together. This year, we don't have all the same people. There's a lot of people coming in and playing for the first time, right? There's a lot of first time everything, not just first time here. I brought a lot of guys in that played at other spots. Now I'm getting a chance to develop some new freshmen. We got a lot of freshmen, right? We got a lot of sophomore. There's a lot of guys that are playing that you'll see play again next year. It isn't like all these guys are playing and then they all leave. Like, these guys all play again next year. So the culture is getting stronger daily. I'm demanding it. I'm demanding that in practice. But they're demanding it too, right? They're not shying away from it. At first some was, but now they're starting to step up. It's like, all right, bet, men do what they say they're going to do, right? The biggest difference in men is knowing and doing. All men know what to do, they just don't do it. So our guys understand and know what to do, and now they're starting to just go and get it done, right? If you look at the latenesses from last week, day one academics, to the lateness this week, it's a big difference, right? So as we keep chopping away at those things, then the football will handle itself.
The great
You
philosopher.
made mention of
Fran
Demetrius
Brown.
Samuel and just him being a true freshman, starting corner a couple games in. What are you seeing from him as one of those new faces on the team as he continues to develop himself?
I think he's just a baby, and I forgot to remember that. But he's tough, and he needs to be coached as hard as possible because I don't know. I'm not too sure there's a lot of things he can't do. So you got to get him to go, right, and make him do it and continue to make sure that he's maximizing who he is daily.
The last question, Dan, can you pass that?
Got to get him a rapid wideout this week, right?
Fran, one thing that I heard you say in your interview on Saturday was, I was taught through a lot of the coaches that coached me, you either coach it or you allow it. Who taught you that, and what does that mean to you?
I mean, either you coach it or allow it. So what it means to me is it doesn't matter if the information you're giving is wrong or right. If you're coaching someone to do something, are they coaching what you're asking them to do? I mean, are they doing what you're coaching them to do? And if they're doing that, then okay, you could be a good coach. You could go get other information. Your information may be wrong. The way you're teaching them may be wrong. But are they doing exactly what you want? So either you coach it or you allow it. Am I coaching guys to sprint to the ball? And when they don't sprint to the ball, am I allowing that to be okay? Right? So either you coach it or you allow it. So it's either or, right? Like, I'm allowing you not to run to the ball. Like, I'm allowing you to do certain things, right? Or I'm coaching you to do that, right? Like, but it's up to you, right? You could say, hey, running the ball, running the ball. Did he run the ball? No. What were the consequences? There weren't any consequences. All right, so you allow it. Running the ball, running the ball. Did he run the ball? No. So what are the consequences now? He has to do X, Y, and Z because he didn't run to the ball. You have to do this. Consequences usually get you to get what you want. That answer. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Appreciate it.
Any wisdom on the walk-off from Fran? You never know. No, he left quickly. Sometimes he gives a little quick one after. All right, we did a thing. We did a thing, people. We did whatever we just did. We did it. Yeah. Yeah, you could learn a lot at Shirt World back in the day, Demi Dome. If you went in and just like, I'm going to buy a T-shirt, and just that, and then I'm going to leave. Yeah, that did not happen. Go to Mandy's if that's how you wanted to engage in your shirt purchases. If you want to hang out with Dave Jacobs at Shirt World, you're getting into a whole another thing. All right, a pretty standard Monday there from Fran. Didn't learn a whole lot about the football or the Colgate. They have players with numbers. He likes the head coach. He won a natty at Cortland a couple years ago. Colgate's been on the struggle bus here the last few years. It really shouldn't be much of a game, I don't think, on Saturday. But this is, all right, make it not much of a game and be sharp, right? Be sharp. They have not been sharp through 2 games so far. There you go. Hit the notifications, Kev. That's what I say, guys. Notifications on. You've got the subscribe down. Subscribers numbers are going up. The notifications on is key because who knows what other wacky stuff I'll try during the week. For now, we got this. We got a post-game show. Obviously, follow on all the other social medias, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the TikTok, wherever else I'm hanging out. Brian Higgins, 315. At anyone else, would King Joseph have been an upgrade at rush end on this team? Reese, look at the fourth quarter of the game on Saturday. David Reese was the best player in the front 7 for Syracuse down the stretch of the game. King Joseph, it's all on potential, right? Like, we've never actually seen it, save for whatever, was it the Colgate game last year? I forget what game it was. He's had one game ever where he did anything, and it was all on potential. Now, it would be nice to have him. What I've been missing this year, what we saw last year is I really liked David Amon-Parola last year and what he was starting to do late in the year. We haven't seen him get after the passer yet this year, and I think we're really seeing, much like on offense, like Kyle McCord, good. That's obvious. We know that. You know who was pretty good? Fadil Diggs, good. They don't have that. They don't have a weapon of that level front 7 on defense right now, like what Fadil allowed them to do last year. And I don't think King Joseph would have been that this year. I don't know if they have anyone that can turn into that over the course of the year. But, Fadil was an SEC athlete, and especially when Marlowe got hurt early last season, Fadil became like their weekly go-to answer to the question of whatever the question was. If the question was like, the quarterback's getting a little loose, Fadil Diggs was becoming a spy on the quarterback. He was like, hey, we need pressure in the backfield. Fadil would go do that. They're like, hey, if we need additional run defense, Fadil would go do that. At least right now, they don't have a piece like that. So, it's so obvious. And again, unfair to Steve Angeli. He's not Kyle McCord. There's nobody on the Orange defense right now that is what Fadil Diggs was last year. So that's a big one, I think, to watch out for as the season goes along. All right. Anything else in the chat before we cut you loose on this Monday? We did a thing, people. We watched, we reacted, we saw Fran. The technology worked. We're figuring things out. Yeah, Jobity had a good start to the game, I want to say, on Saturday. He made some noise. Like, he can play. Like, you would have liked to have King Joseph Edwards. Who knows what was happening behind the scenes there, but man, like, from the second he was on campus, you were hearing like, oh, he's suspended or he's not allowed to practice or this or that. It seemed to be an unending list of things that were just like half leaking out all the time, which was strange for a kid that was also like doing the community stuff and, friendly and the whole thing. It just 1 + 1 wasn't equaling 2. So I don't know. Maybe he'll, take a loop and come back. Eventually in the future, grow up, a little more maturity or something. We'll have to see on that. But yeah, it's one of those things where he was such a hyped early signee for Fran that I think we put a lot of weight on it. Where Fran is viewing it in many ways like I try to view recruiting, like, let's get them all in the pool, and we just need some dudes. We just need a few dudes. We don't need a lot of dudes, and it turned out that he was, we all thought he was clearly going to be one of the guys. He's not. We all thought Jamie Tremble was going to be the next star tight end, and now he's a starting linebacker who didn't actually start at linebacker that might start at linebacker this week. Or not. I don't know what the hell's going on there. I don't understand the last 15 days or so in the life of times of Jamie Tremble, and I don't think I'm about to anytime soon. All right, people. We'll let you get back to it on Monday. Remember, subscribe. Notifications on. We'll keep you updated on all the social medias if we do anything else live. We'll have updates throughout the week on the various places we do those things. And then the next game is Friday night, Syracuse and Colgate. We'll rock a little basement studio post-game situation when we get to that. So have a great rest of the day. Have a great week. And if not before, we'll talk to you again on Friday.